Plaintiff Christopher Gray is suing his cousin, Kelsey Baldwin, for rent, late fees, and eviction fees. Christopher says once they moved in together, Kelsey would throw late-night sex parties during the week when he had to be at work early in the morning. But Kelsey says Christopher participated in her parties. She also says he's charging her for rent when she didn't live at the apartment.
Christopher Gray is suing Kelsey Baldwin, his cousin, for unpaid rent, late fees, and eviction fees. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
You looking good today, Judge.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Y'all give the judge a hand clap for looking so good today.
Well, thank you very much. That doesn't mean a thing in terms of my final judgment, but it was very nice. All right. Talk to me, Christopher. Why are you here?
Basically, me and Kelsey, we are cousins. We grew up together. We used to do things like go to the creek, catch crayfishes and things like that. We just had, basically, we were just terrible as children, just do like destructive things. I felt like.
You just did destructive things?
Yeah, we was
like
bad.
That?
We was bad.
Okay, like what?
Walk around the neighborhood late at night. You know the things we did, but, you know, I always felt like she was a little jealous of me because, you know, I have a sense of style and fashion, and I like the finer things in life.
You do?
Yeah.
Don't we all?
We do, don't we?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I felt like she was lazy back then.
How old are you?
How do I?
Yeah.
How old I look?
Don't get smart with me. How old are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19?
Yeah, I look
How
good.
old are you?
21.
Okay.
Morning.
Okay.
I felt like she was lazy then. I feel like she's kind of lazy now. Kind of.
Are you lazy?
No, Judge. I had a job the entire time we stayed together, a full-time job. I would work overtime, 12 to 13 hours. Lazy, not me, boo-boo.
Well,
Okay. She said she's not, but go ahead.
We moved in November of 2007. It's a brand new apartment. Everything brand new.
How are you going to pay for this apartment?
We was gonna pay for it together.
What's the agreement?
The agreement is we pay $472 between the both of us. We each pay $472. Everything was all good in the beginning. I gave her the bigger room, the master bedroom with his and her sink, the bigger closet. Her closet, for her to be a female, it was kind of empty, you know. Even though I had more clothes than her, so, you know, I felt like, could I put some of my clothes in your closet? But later into the months, we got into disagreements as far as like little things as far as cleaning, taking out the trash. But later in those months, we bumped heads because we're two dominant people, and we have two dominant people in the household. Somebody want to take charge, and so it was end up happening. I felt like she treated me as a child, always checking in up on me whenever I come home or wherever I've been. Like I have to check in with her, like, are you my mother? You're my wife or something? You know, where have you been? But it's all good, though. I still love her.
So why are you suing her?
Thank you.
Because she owed me money, and I need my money.
Fake. He's
no,
also
I'm
fake.
not fake. The thing is, right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
She would have parties on the weekday. I would have mine on the weekend. I felt like, why would have parties on the weekday when you can have them on the weekend with me? So
That's her business, isn't it?
But I used to go to work. I work third shift. I had to go to work at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's just being respectful of your roommate. You know what I'm saying? When I have to go to work at 3 and you having parties during the weekday, that's a problem. Then when the neighbors complaining if the music too loud, then come from downstairs and knocking on the door, and she slamming the door in their face, that's kind of rude.
Did you have parties
I had
during the
some
week
parties.
while
some
he
parties.
was going to work at 3 in the morning?
But he would he would attend the party. So there was
I would
no,
she's
no
like,
complaining.
I would be in my bed asleep, and I would hear like, I was like, okay, can you like tone it down a little bit? She would, and the neighbor from upstairs was texting my phone, saying, can you please turn down the music? And it would be her. So he come knocking on the door, and she opened the door, and she's like, well, your music be loud, and I don't got time for this, blah, 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 and slammed the door in his face. And he's like, your cousin is very rude.
Right.
I was like, tell me about it.
What are you suing her for?
Basically for unpaid rent, late fees, and the eviction fee that we got.
So how long did you two live together before there was a problem?
Was it 8 months?
We lived together before there was a real problem. 3 months. I'm just. It was like 8 months, 8 to 9 months.
Okay, what happened?
From what he told me, he was just self-proclaimed neat freak. He would clean up. He was just the perfect roommate. And then being that he's gay,
Excuse me.
I would also.
Excuse me.
Hang on.
Gay.
Hang on. So So, are you?
I'm not gay.
He's in denial.
No, let me tell you something about her. Let me tell you something about her. She is psycho and a little bipolar. That's what it is. She gets these conclusions in her head where I don't know what's her problem, but...
Well, let's assume he is.
Right.
I'm not saying you are. What difference does it make? Look at me.
There was no difference other than the fact that instead of paying his rent, he would spend his money on shopping and on these gay balls. And he was right. My closet was
Gay balls?
Yeah, gay balls.
What's a gay ball?
A gay ball is where they get together in it's different states. They have different times of the month, different times of the year. They get together in these states, and it's like a big prom for the homosexuals. It's like a big prom. It's just like a prom. Like they go out and they get dressed up, they get hair, makeup, nails done, if that's their thing. So that's what he would spend his money on, as well as they used to rehearse in my house.
Rehearse to do what?
Voguing rehearsals. They used to, the Voguing stuff, they did it in my house. So.
How did he dress? Tell me, how did he dress?
He would actually still dress the way he's dressed now. He didn't go out and wear, hair and makeup. He didn't do that type of thing.
So then what if he's buying clothes like that? What difference does it make?
It doesn't make a difference. But
hold on.
It does when he's spending his rent money on those clothes. My closet is half empty because I spend my money on the rent. Your closet could afford to be full. For one, it was smaller than mine.
No, my closet was packed, and I had to put things in your closet, and you knew that.
Oh,
okay.
And the closet in the living room.
All right.
I don't know what she's talking about. She's like, something's really wrong with her.
Okay, so at the end of the day, she gets the bigger closet.
That has nothing to do with it. I mean,
But wait a minute. She's got the bigger closet, and you're moving your clothes into her closet.
But yeah, because I have a lot of stuff. I like
and
to
there's
shop.
no problem with that, is there?
He loves to shop.
I love to shop.
What do you shop for?
For me, I mean, I like to look good, as you can tell.
He didn't shop for food, and he didn't shop for. He didn't shop for food in the house. I put food in the house, and
Your Honor, she would buy food stamps from crackheads, Your Honor.
Oh my God!
How do you know that?
Because I would give her money so she can get it. And she would, Your Honor,
Then you're a conspirator.
Exactly.
Look, I'm just giving her money so she get food. She would eat my things that I brought to her. You know, well, you want to know why I would never bring food to the house or buy food for her? Because she would eat her and her company. I'm not buying any food for anybody to eat up for, you know what I'm saying?
So how do you live in a place where you can't buy food for fear someone else is going to eat it?
I buy food for myself, right?
He didn't buy no food.
Your Honor.
By the way, do you know what a gay ball is?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay.
But with her,
so do you have a problem with the way he conducts himself?
No, this is my cousin. We grew up together. I love him to death. I don't
Okay.
I love her too.
All right, good. All right, so he says you owe him money.
I owe him, I feel like this. I know there's something that I do owe, but I don't owe him the full amount that he's
What do you think you owe him?
I know when we moved out, I left the beginning of July. Mm-hmm. And I know that,
why'd you move out?
I left because I found out in June, homeboy here didn't go pay his half of the rent. And he lied to me and said he paid his half of the rent. Mm-hmm. And when I talked to my landlord, she said that he never talked to her, he never paid anything.
Do you have any proof of this?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any proof, Christopher?
Yeah, where's your proof, Christopher?
You're suing. You've got to have the proof that she's not paying the rent and that she owes you $1,500.
She's going to get.
All right.
And Your Honor, she wasn't very respectful. Like when she had our parties, it was one night I can remember. She was having people have sex in the living room, right by my door. Yes, I'm hearing these moaning noises outside my door. As I look around the corner, it's somebody on the mattress having sex, like a blow-up mattress having sex.
Is that true?
I don't have anything to do with that. I mean,
it's her company.
I had some friends over, and I had them sleeping in the living room. So I didn't know what was going on. It wasn't a sex party.
You see, I told her that what happened. She didn't even confront them or say anything about it. Or you go to him and apologize. She don't care.
All right. Look, here's the bottom line. You ended up moving out, not him.
Right. We both actually had to leave. I just left before he did.
She couldn't afford a rent.
But you're saying that you covered her, and that's why.
I sure did cover her, as you can tell in those ledgers and those back checks that she had.
Right. What he's showing me, Kelsey, is that he is paying the rent. Mm-hmm. All right. And you've got to show me that you paid it and that he's wrong. What do you have?
I always paid over, and she said I can pour. I always paid over, and I paid over, and I like whenever. So how can I'm shopping, but I can't afford to pay my rent?
What is this?
The resident ledger.
It's the rental ledger?
It's actually from the apartment.
Well, there are a lot. How many months were you guys together?
8 months.
There are 92 items on here. I'm not going through 92 items for 8 months.
If you look at my evidence.
I circled certain things.
You tell me what is rent. Go ahead.
As you can see on mine, I
Yeah,
highlighted.
yours is clear.
Of course, I got all my stuff.
He makes it very clear that there's certain rent that he paid. What did you say?
I highlighted some of mine where I actually paid over the amount that I was supposed to pay.
That's right.
And hers and some of the pink where she wrote those checks that bounced, and then it went into late payment fees because when they posted, it was
insufficient funds.
Yeah.
Kelsey.
Also, ma'am.
Kelsey, look at me. I've got checks here with your signature that are returned for insufficient funds.
Right. Is he showing his balance?
So that even if you show me that, the truth is that your checks are being bounced.
Sorry.
He also has some balance checks, but I just have. I don't have the same notarized things that he has.
Well, no, you got to prove it. Your checks are bouncing.
I have proof. You just don't want to look through it, but I have proof.
Ooh.
Is that right?
It's right.
Your Honor.
Let me explain something to you, young lady. You come into a court of law and you want to make a case for yourself. Number one, you conduct yourself in a way that's appropriate. You respect the court and you present your evidence accordingly. So don't be wise with me. All right, here's the bottom line. The plaintiff has made his case out by a preponderance of the evidence. The defendant has not made out any case at all. Accordingly, my verdict is for the plaintiff, who came into this courtroom with evidence, with proof, and is far more credible than the defendant. Therefore, the plaintiff is awarded a verdict in the amount of $1,422. Thank you.